revolutionaries. Welcome to Revolutionary Mindset with me, your host, Mike Mitch. And if you haven't seen the video titled A Revolutionary Mindset Will Change Your Life, I'll make sure I drop it in the description below. Check it out. That's where I explain what I mean by a revolutionary mindset. Today I'm going to be talking about fear. Oh yeah. You know, that thing that looms over your life and can and will try to destroy it if possible. Well, I found in my journey 3 steps that I've been able to take to really overcome this. There I was one Sunday afternoon, chilling, having a great, peaceful time. I look outside of my balcony window and I see them. And all of a sudden, the adrenaline just rushes through my entire body. My palms start sweating, and my heart just drops all the way down into my gut. And I start refraining, walking away, until I'm crunched in a ball tight in my closet. I mean, this had gotten to the point where I could not hardly eat, hardly sleep, and hardly function as a regular person because this fear had been utterly trying to take over my life and my mind. It was just shortly after that moment when I got a message from a local friend and pastor who invited me for dinner and prayer at his house. And I'm like, my God, what a heaven sent is this? I said, matter of fact, can you pray for me right now? Because right now, I'm struggling. Sure enough, that night, I go to his house, and, I remember one of the questions that he asked me was, is there any imminent danger? And I kind of took a step back at that moment, and I looked at my surroundings, my situation, where I was, and the answer to that question was no. There was no imminent danger. There was nothing that was threatening me at that moment. And so I realized at that point I had been acting out of a place of emotion and feeling that was nothing but an illusion. I was making it up in my head. I mean, I had been having audio hallucinations, visual hallucinations. I mean, it was getting out of hand. And so when I realized there was no imminent danger, it gave me an opportunity to step back. And so that's the number one point. That's the number one thing in overcoming fear is to realize, it's my number one, the number one in this video, is realizing, is there imminent danger? After realizing that, I'll give you a little backstory of what happened when I looked out of my balcony window that day. So I play basketball at my university Monday nights, and a group of guys that came in just completely disrespectful, just not leaving. They didn't go to our school, and so I told them, you have to leave. And so, I said, if you don't, I'm going to have to, call security, and then security came and ended up calling the police, and then they made this big deal, coming at me like I was the bad guy, and I'm just like, here, man, I'm just here to, I'm here to do my job, I'm responsible for this time, and I'm just doing what I have to do, but they were threatening to beat me up, they were threatening to jump me, one of them threatened to cut my hair, threatened to shoot me, and this is just ridiculous. And so, but from that spiraled, from all those threats, all of these loopbacks in my mind that were just telling me that they were going to come back and fool with me. And, once I came to that realization, after weeks of just this torment in my mind and in my emotions, and that there was no imminent danger, I realized that the only thing that I was faced with now was fear itself. So that was my next step. I realized I need to face this fear. And there's two options in that case. I can fear everything and run, or I can face everything and rise. So I went out to the wilderness to take care of my business. I went out there to really look at it, really examine what my mind was going on in my mind. I remember as I was looking and examining, I would just, I would imagine just loving these people that had threatened me, compassion upon these people that had threatened me. And I felt myself moving from this place of anxiety into more of a outward sort of realization that everything is okay. And even if something happens to me physically, I will prevail. I will live. And so on that same journey, I remember walking, and I had kind of a realization of what it means to walk in love. And I remember as I was walking, I realized that I was moving in a direction. So I realized I was moving towards a goal. And so I realized that by me walking in love meant that every step I take, every breath that I breathe, every thought that I think, that it is in love. And where there is love, fear cannot stand. Where there is perfect love, it casts out all fear. And so I started stepping that and walking that. And just as I felt like I was coming to this place where I was in the moment, in the reality that everything was okay, that I am walking and moving in love, that there is no imminent danger around me. I see this tarantula on the ground. And I thought, oh my God. And I think this is part of the powerful thing of why going to the wilderness is such a important thing, is because, when we go out into the world, we go out to be with nature, it's an opportunity for Creator to set us up into a situation to join in with our journey and our walk with His walk and with His plan and purpose for our life. And so, as I'm faced with this tarantula, I'm like, oh my God, here is an opportunity for me to actualize this place that I had just felt like I had gotten in my mind. And so I tried, and I couldn't pick it up. It was just, it was absolutely frightening. But I go on up to the top of the peak, and I go up there, and I decide I am going to dance. I am going to dance in love. And by doing this, I am going to assert my dominance over my fear. And so in every move that I made, in every motion that I set, in every pop that I hit, it was me. Every stop that I stopped, it was me asserting my dominance over my fear. And that's the third point, is to assert your dominance over that fear once you have taken control of it. And so as I'm on my way back down the mountain, sure enough, the tarantula is in the same place as before. And I thought to myself in my head, if I walk past this tarantula right now, I am not walking in my dominance over my fear. And so I stopped after taking that single step on a dime, turned back around, and it was in the perfect position where it was walking over a stick, and it landed right on my hand. And there I held my fear, completely in control, realizing that I have the power over my mind. I have the power over fear. It no longer can control my life. I am in control of it. And I set it down and I went on my way. And so that is how I have been able to overcome fear. Number one, is there imminent danger? Step down now, bring it down, think logically. Get out of those emotions. Is there anything actually threatening you? Number 2, you must face your fear. You can fear everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. And I encourage you to rise up and dance over your fear. Assert your dominance over that fear. Walk in love over your fear. Well, this has been Revolutionary Mindset with Mike Mitch. Thank you for tuning in. I encourage you to walk this week, this month, in peace, in love, and in joy.